Okay, are you ready for this? We're going down a rabbit hole today, dealing with some pretty mind-bending stuff.
Looking forward to it.
All right, well, we're diving into this fascinating and kind of unsettling intersection of astrology and quantum physics.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, one is often seen as like pseudoscience and the other hard science.
Right, right.
But what if there's more to it, you know?
Yeah, there could be.
So we've got these excerpts from an article titled Astrology and Quantum Physics, a Cosmic Interconnection.
Hmm.
And we're not trying to prove or disprove astrology or anything. We're
Right.
just exploring, you know, just seeing what connections we can find.
Exploring the possibilities.
Yeah, exactly. So let's start with something I find really wild, entanglement.
Oh, yeah.
It's like two particles, are linked
Mhm.
and they affect each other instantly across huge distances.
Yeah.
Like imagine two coins always flipping to the same side no matter how far apart they are.
Spooky action at a distance. That's what Einstein called it.
Right. And it's been proven.
It has. It really has. And it suggests a level of interconnectedness we can barely wrap our heads around.
So could you scale that up
Yeah.
to like the whole universe?
Well, think about the Big Bang.
Okay, yeah.
All matter came from one point.
Right.
So is it possible that some kind of entanglement is still going on, at a cosmic scale?
Whoa, you're saying like a cosmic web connecting everything? Stars to us, everything?
It's a possibility, right? This echo of that initial unity in the Big Bang?
That is so wild.
It is pretty wild.
So could that be the link to astrology? Could that explain it?
Well, it's a really interesting thought. I mean, could the positions of the stars and planets when we're born, imprint on us somehow because of this entanglement,
Yeah.
affect our lives, our personalities? I mean, it's a tempting idea,
Right.
but, mainstream science is still really skeptical of astrology.
Right.
But even physicists are starting to consider this idea that the universe is far more interconnected than we ever imagined.
Yeah, it is a really wild idea.
It really is.
This whole interconnectedness thing makes me think about time.
Okay.
We think of it as, linear.
Yeah, always moving forward.
But in quantum physics, it's not so simple.
No, it's not.
Right.
The second law of thermodynamics says that entropy always increases over time.
Entropy.
Yeah, like disorder, like a messy room. It just naturally gets messier over time.
Right.
But some equations in quantum physics show time symmetry.
Time symmetry. What does that even mean?
It means things could go forwards and backwards in time.
Wait, are you saying information about the future could exist right now alongside the past?
It's a mind-boggling idea, and it's highly speculative.
Right.
But if it were true, think about the implications for astrology.
Yeah, could our birth charts then be like a cosmic record? Like a blueprint of possibilities?
It's a fascinating thought, right?
It is really fascinating.
I mean, are we tapping into something much larger when we look at the stars? Something beyond our understanding of time?
I mean, that would be incredible.
It would be incredible, but we have to be careful. We're dealing with theories and interpretations, not hard proof.
Okay.
But the fact that these questions are even being asked by, serious scientists and astrologers, well, it just shows that there's this growing feeling that there's something more to reality than we currently understand.
Definitely something mysterious going on.
Definitely mysterious.
All right, well, let's get a little bit more down to earth for a minute.
Okay.
Let's talk about electromagnetic fields.
Right?
Because this is where a lot of the traditional explanations for how astrology works, well, they kind of fall apart.
Yeah, I mean, the idea has always been that planets influence us through their electromagnetic fields.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, those fields are just so incredibly weak by the time they get here.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. The sun, our phones, even the Earth itself, they all have way stronger fields that we're exposed to all the time.
So are you saying like planetary influence is just a myth? Like, are we just tossing aside centuries of tradition here?
Not necessarily. I mean, some theories suggest that maybe it's not electromagnetic at all. Maybe it's something else entirely, something we haven't discovered yet. Something happening at the subatomic level or some kind of energy we don't even understand yet.
So we're back to the unknown again.
Back to the unknown.
Peering into the shadows, searching for a hidden language that connects us to the stars.
That's a great way to put it.
It's like a cosmic detective story.
It really is.
It's got all these clues, but we're still searching for the answers.
And the universe seems to be holding its cards close to its chest.
Yeah, definitely playing hard to get.
But as we dig deeper, who knows what we might find?
Right. We may find the line between science and ancient wisdom It gets blurry.
I think you're right.
And we might uncover a reality that's even more amazing than we ever thought possible.
A reality full of wonder and mystery.
This has been so fascinating.
It has been a really good discussion.
We've gone from entanglement to a cosmic web to this hidden language connecting us to the stars. And that is where we're going to pick up after a quick break. We've been talking about this hidden language, this force that might connect us to the stars.
It's a really fascinating concept.
It is. It's like there's something more going on than we realize.
Something orchestrating the whole cosmic dance.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And this leads us to something I find pretty intriguing. Vibration and resonance. I'll be honest, that sounds a little out there even for this deep dive.
I know, right?
But I am curious, so tell me more.
Well, think of the universe like a giant symphony. Everything, every planet, every star, even us, we're all vibrating at a certain frequency.
Okay.
And those frequencies, they interact with each other. They create harmonies and dissonances like a cosmic orchestra.
So are you saying that like planets and stars and even people have these unique vibrations that somehow affect each other?
That's the idea. It's all energy, right? Everything is constantly moving and vibrating.
Right.
There's even this theory called string theory.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's very theoretical, but it says that everything is made up of these tiny little vibrating strings, each with its own frequency.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
It is pretty wild.
But it all points to this idea of the universe being filled with this hidden energy.
It's like when a singer hits that perfect note and shatters a glass.
Exactly. Resonance, we see it everywhere.
Yeah, or how certain sounds can like calm you down or make you anxious.
No, like two tuning forks tuned to the same frequency, you hit one and the other one starts vibrating too.
Oh, wow. So could we be like those tuning forks? Picking up on these cosmic vibrations?
That's a really interesting question.
And how does this tie back into astrology? Are you saying that like where the planets and stars are when we're born creates some kind of vibrational signature for us?
Imagine a cosmic blueprint encoded in the vibrations of the universe at the moment you're born.
Wow.
Shaping your personality, your strengths, your weaknesses, everything. It's like the stars are whispering secrets to us.
That's incredible. But is there any like actual science to back this up? Or is it just like a modern spin on an ancient belief?
Well, the hard evidence is still pretty thin, but there are some hints.
Okay.
Like the field of bioresonance.
Bioresonance.
Yeah, it studies how frequencies can actually affect living things.
Oh, wow.
Some researchers believe that everything from our cells to our organs has its own resonant frequency, and that certain frequencies can actually influence how our bodies work.
So are you saying that maybe the vibrations of the planets and stars could actually interact with our own frequencies and like affect our health or even our destiny?
It's definitely a possibility. It's a place where science and ancient wisdom seem to meet, where the line between the physical and the energetic gets blurry.
This is getting pretty deep.
It is. But even if we don't have all the answers, the fact that we're asking these questions shows just how much our understanding of the universe is changing.
Yeah, we're realizing that there's so much more to reality than we thought.
Exactly. There's a whole world of mystery out there waiting to be explored.
This has been mind-blowing. We've gone from quantum entanglement to this cosmic symphony of vibrations and a hidden language connecting us to the stars.
It's a lot to take in.
It really is.
Yeah.
But it makes you wonder how all of this plays out in our everyday lives.
Right. How do these vibrations manifest in the real world?
Exactly. And that is what we're going to explore in our final segment of this deep dive. We've been talking about this cosmic symphony. These vibrations that might connect us to everything.
It's a pretty amazing concept.
It is. But how does it actually play out in our lives? Like, what should we be looking for?
Well, if these vibrations are as subtle as we think they are, they might be easy to miss.
Oh, okay.
Like a quiet song playing in the background, almost drowned out by all the noise of everyday life.
So what should we be paying attention to? Like, are we talking about intuition? Those gut feelings that come out of nowhere?
Yeah, intuition could be one way it shows up. Those moments when you just know something without really knowing why. It might be those cosmic vibes, like whispers from deep inside connecting us to something bigger.
What about those weird coincidences? The ones that seem way too perfect to be random. Are those part of it too?
Synchronicity. Yeah, that's a really interesting one.
It is.
But when you think of someone you haven't seen in forever and then bam, you run into them.
Right.
Some people think those aren't just coincidences, but signs.
Signs of what?
That we're in sync with the universe. Like we're all dancing to the same cosmic rhythm.
That we're all connected.
Exactly.
But if we're all connected and influenced by these vibrations, do we even have free will? Or are we just puppets, following a script?
That's the big question, isn't it? Free will versus destiny. It's a tough one.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not either, but both.
Yeah.
Like, think of a river flowing to the ocean. It has a set path, right?
All right.
But the water can still move around within that path. It can carve its own way.
So we're not just blindly going wherever. We can make choices.
Exactly. We might be influenced by these cosmic vibrations, but we still have the power to choose how we respond, how we make sense of it all.
So maybe that's where astrology fits in.
How so?
Like maybe it's not about predicting the future,
Right.
but it's a way to understand ourselves better.
Yeah, like our own personal blueprint.
Yeah. To see our strengths and weaknesses and figure out how to navigate life,
It's like having a map of the river so you can see the best way to go with the flow.
That's a great way to put it.
Astrology could be a tool for understanding, not just predicting.
Right.
It's a way to explore who we are, to see those patterns and tendencies that might be influenced by the cosmos, and just appreciate how incredible and mysterious it all is.
This has been such a wild ride.
It really has.
We've gone from quantum physics to ancient wisdom to this idea of a cosmic symphony connecting us all.
It's a lot to think about.
It is, but it leaves me with a sense of wonder, Like there's so much more out there than we realize.
The universe is full of mysteries just waiting to be discovered.
Yeah. And maybe by being curious and open-minded and by listening to those whispers from the cosmos, we can start to uncover those secrets.
I think you're absolutely right.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the hidden language of the universe. It's been an amazing journey.
It really has.
And until next time, keep looking up, keep asking questions, and keep listening to that cosmic music.